Been in broadcasting since 1971, 1972, so that's 34, 35 years, something like that. Um, Worked all the way from the very, very bottom up to a pretty good attainment as a general manager over 4 operations now. Actually came to the Shepherd Group because of their reputation. I'd worked for an organization for 20 years, and we were moved a great deal, my family and I, because of the way the company did business. They did an awful lot of selling and an awful lot of buying. And I tended to go to the new stations, get them set up, and then after a short period of time of 7 years, we'd sell them and move on. And when I left, we were operating about 17 stations in Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, and I helped those managers at all the stations in the various states and help them keep their operation rolling. And have only really held probably two major positions, the one I just spoke of and the one that I am with now with the Shepherd Group. So really, most of my work has been in two groups. Early, I started off as on air, sports, news. Pretty much have done most everything that good GMs, I think, go through. Other than just Harvard Business School and pick up an MBA, I know the operation from the bottom all the way to the top, and I know where all the problems are, and I know where you lose money and where you make money. And that's very, very helpful when you look at it from an overall perspective. We are original owners of the concept, and you're not probably familiar with that work that Norton did a number of years ago. And it is probably one of the most solid advertising vehicles, training mechanisms for individual salespeople as well as for advertisers that ever came on the market. My people are totally schooled in that. And Norton has been working through our organization for a number of years, getting through the process of updating and bringing up to kind of the new technology, the new training materials. So I'm a great admirer of his work, first of all. I think he's very organized, he's very meticulous in regards to the way the material is presented, and it's an easy training system, particularly with the new DVD situation, where you can throw it on a portable DVD player, take it out to your clients, you can do training in-house with it, or you can go to a full-blown DVD player and do training in the conference room as we do. So it's pretty easy to work with. The material is not that much different than all the things we learned before, but instead of taking a half an hour, 45 minutes per training video, Norton has done a very good job of getting that material down to 5 minutes, 7-minute segments. Maybe I think the longest is maybe 14 or 15 minutes in length. That's a big time saver because as we go through training, and all my people look at the materials as I do, we can do it in a sales meeting, and we meet every single day. And so a short period of time, we can be through all those training materials and all have done it jointly and answered questions all at the same time. And there's a lot of benefit to being able to train with all your people in-house at one time so they all get the information the way you want it presented. Well, I think it's crucial that they understand the material. Having it on a DVD is very convenient. Taking it out and playing it for a client is very, very convenient. But what happens when the client has a question? They better dang well know what they're talking about, and that's why they have to train on it beforehand. But most of my people have been trained again with the original concept material, and so they already know. But we went through the material and saw how it was reorganized, tightened up, qualified, and made even better. And as a result of that, my people have sharpened their skills immensely. So it's worked out extremely, extremely well. And as I said, going through the material beforehand and then taking it out and presenting it just gives my salespeople a comfort level that they've never had before. Our salespeople all talk the same language. The worst thing to contend with when you're dealing with salespeople are different personality styles and presentation styles. Because in training, you have to train for every type of personality style that you have on your staff. Some are very dominant, some are very submissive, some are very expressive. And so every time you train, you have to train to maximize the material to fit their learning capabilities. That's a terrible thing to have to contend with. Sales managers and GMs pull their hair out trying to make people understand the material that they're putting in front of them, but they're learning at different style levels, and as a result, they don't get it sometimes. The thing that we do now with the consistent material, we're all on the same page, there's no question. I can take 3 different personality types, sit them down, and with one setting, I can go through the material and present it through watching the videos and the discussion afterwards. And they all have it. They all get it. It's all standardized. I answer the questions that says, okay, expressive personality, here's what this means. Dominant personality, here's what this means. The amiables and those people that are easy to get along with, but they want facts and figures, it's there. Every personality type that a sales manager has is going to learn from this material. A lot of the industry used to do it this way, and I believe it was a wrong way. They wanted dominant people out there who could go out and pound a sale out of a client. Well, we haven't operated like that, and we don't operate like that. We know that there's almost 70% analytical type personalities out there buying every day. There's only about 30% that are dominant style people. And so when you're selling, you better be prepared to sell to the 70%. And the material that we have, which is full of facts and figures that those analytical style learners need as clients to understand, it's right here. It's right in front of them. And 70% of your sales staff is also made up of those analyticals, amiable type personalities. And so you're training so that they understand it. And then when they take it out, they understand it, and you present it to the largest group of people. And the dominant type personalities and the expressive type personalities, they get it too, because you present in just a little bit different style when you answer questions, but the material speaks for itself, and it is very straightforward and gives the facts and figures that are needed to back up what we say verbally, that we can say about our station, about who we are, and what kind of success we're going to bring to the table when we talk to a client. Two different personality types. And without saying who's what, if you've interviewed them, you already know. The expressive type personality, the one that gets all excited and is full of vim and vigor, I've gotten that person even more excited because they have an organized approach, because those expressive type personalities normally aren't very organized. They like to go and sell excitement. Now they have something very excitable to sell, but it's got a lot of facts and figures in it, and every time they see it over and over again, they get better trained. And then the personality type that's the analytical type that needs facts and figures, thrives on that, and is able to communicate that information effectively to the client. They watch that material and learn it just as well. And here's some solid numbers. The expressive type personality, the people that get excited, those salespeople that present that mode, they just take off on this like gangbusters because they know this is something new. No one else in the marketplace has it, and it backs up everything we've ever taught them. And so they can get real excited about the material, and they can't wait to get out there and present it to the clients. And the clients know they've got something great because they're excited, and they will take time to watch it with them. And so we've seen growth on 2 levels. One is at the end of the entire series, the client says, this is for me. I want to sign up and I want to do an annual agreement. And then on the other side, for those that like to make decisions as they go along, we find that early in the video series, we start getting big orders because they'll say, you know what, I think you've got something here and I want to continue seeing all the video series, but I have this that I need to deal with right now. Is it too early for me to be involved in buying? and at what level do you think I need to do it, and how do I need to do it? And so all of a sudden, we are the authorities after only 2 or 3 video series that we've played in front of them. And it happens whether they're expressives or whether they're the analytical types or the dominant type personalities. They're all doing the same thing. We've seen it again and again and again. They buy early and they buy big because from the get-go, we're teaching them that it takes dollars to get the job done right. And as a result of doing that, when they do come in, and again, it's usually about the second or third visit, they say, this is what I want, but will this work? And then we have a chance to advise them on success. And we do it at that time, and then we continue the series. We're getting some young salespeople. Wilma has been with us now for about 1.5 years. Dave has been with me for just over 2 years from a station acquisition. And Dave has just been phenomenal in his transformation. This was kind of the whipped cream on top of the pie. This was spectacular. He has just taken to this like a duck to water. And as a result, his sales have gone from very minimal single-digit numbers up to big, big numbers. And this guy is just on cloud 9. He is now our sales manager. He's gone that far at our station in Waynesville, Missouri. So he's grabbed a hold of the concept and he's just really taken to it. And Wilma, who's the newest, has started signing annuals a lot quicker than any other regular salesperson coming up the pike would. So we've increased our base numbers this year by $500,000 so far this year. We have not been in the concept that entire time, but I would say that of that $500,000, at least half of that is a direct result of the kind of excitement that we see coming out of the video series with both our salespeople and the clients. I've been through all kinds of training, whether it be on cassette, video cassette, paper, whatever, lots of in-house training, lots of outsourced training at various places. The Warner concept system, the Warner system, by far is the best concise presentation that I've ever seen. The words that I would use to describe it is that we know how to make money. In our organization, we're the most successful small market operators in the United States, bar none. And that'll stand up to any argument because we'll put our books against anybody's any day of the week in towns of 5 and 10, 11, 12,000 people. We do very, very well. We're very proud of that. We don't go out and spend money foolishly when it comes to training. We go to the best. Warner Concepts definitely is the best that's out there. It costs a lot of money to do this. There are not going to be just little ordinary Joes that go out and spend this kind of money because they don't care. They really don't. We do care. There are a lot of other good operators out there who do care. And I want to talk to those people. Those are the people that will benefit from the Warner Concept system. This is a training system that will put you in the running from the first moment that you pick up one of the DVDs and put it into a player and start listening. You will make money at the end of the first week. I promise you, you will, if you pay attention and you get your salespeople on board with it. Your salespeople need to understand just how good these materials are. So GMs, view it yourself. Make sure that you get through all the materials. And when you get your breath back, sit down and schedule a logical time where every day for a period of about a week, you can devote time in the morning and in the afternoon to get your people on board with this. And then get out of their way because they're going to make you all kinds of money. We're not in this business to just be nice folks and be loved by everybody. We have a business to run, like every broadcaster that I know of that's anything worth their salt. And as a result of that, we make money, and it allows us to do things like play music on the air, do good news, do good things like high school sports in the local communities we serve, college sports in the communities we serve. It allows us to do extensive weather coverage. It allows us to support numerous organizations in our community, help them fundraise and be a good part of the community, a good corporate citizen. But that's only allowed because we go out there and sell effectively. And if you want to make money in this business, you better call Norton today and get locked in, because he's not going to sell it to you if your competitor across town already has it already. Get in there and get it first. This is, again, the most valuable learning tool that you as a GM or a sales manager will ever get your hands on. And if you want your salespeople to be the best in the market, you better pick up the phone and call them quick.